Welcome to One Up My News, episode 20. We're going to be covering changes in Steam. Death Stranding might be coming out this year, and a bunch of other awesome, super cool news. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to One of My News, episode 20. Hope everybody's having a great day. I am Ryan Smith, and joined, as always, by my co-host, Jordan Sims. No, just Sims. What's going on?
Nothing much. Just living life, enjoying things, doing well. Haven't been up to much since last time we recorded, but let's see. I finished the first season of Riverdale.
I thought you told... Wait. Okay, so this is the trajectory. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, it goes from you hating Riverdale to you adoring it, and now you're meh.
Yeah, I'd say that is 100% correct. I tweeted out one night, I was like, guys, I'm 4 episodes in, and I think I'm addicted. And then, I finished it, and I was just kind of like, eh. And then I did watch the first episode of the second season, and I'm kind of just like, when did the writing get bad? Or has it always been bad? And then I was like, oh, The Punisher's out. Screw that. I'm going to watch The Punisher instead. And that was kind of like, for the first couple seconds. And then I was like, okay, good. Now people are getting shot. I'm enjoying this. What else? I finished an audiobook that my friend sent me, Renegades by Marissa Meyer. It was pretty good, actually. It's about a future... Pretty much in the future, everybody has most people have superpowers, and there's been this dark war, and all the villains have been killed except a select few, and then some other stuff happens, and some more stuff happens, and it's actually pretty interesting. So I'm probably gonna pick up the second book of that soon and listen to it. But if you like audiobooks, you could check that one out. But that's all I've really been up to.
Yeah, I haven't been up to a lot. Let's see. I got a haircut.
Hey, nice.
That's about it, I guess. Talk about what I've been playing and stuff on the topic show.
One up.
Yeah, go ahead and jump into the new games. We have Ace Combat 7 out now for the PS4, Xbox One, and Steam for 60 buckaroos. Hitman Collection, which I believe is the first 2 Hitman games.
No, it's 5 games.
5? What?
Yeah,
really?
I was gonna type them all down. And I was like, that looks cluttered. I'm not gonna type them down. But it is 5 games for $40.
I didn't know that many Hitman games.
I felt like I feel like I knew there was that many games, but there's only a good actual couple Hitman games.
So it's Hitman Codename 47, Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman 3 Contracts, Hitman Blood Money, and Hitman Absolution.
Yep. So I do not know if those are good or not. I never played them. I don't think I've ever seen them played. So, but for $40, if you're a big Hitman fan, check it out.
Yeah.
The next one.
The
next one we got on our list.
So many.
I didn't either. So I guess including the other
There's
2,
7.
they've made.
There's more than that actually,
total.
because there's at least one iOS game.
That's true. There's that. So 8. Wow, that's more than I thought there was. Huh.
Yeah, that's.
I like the Hitman universe. I want to play the second one to be into that world because it looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It got great reviews and stuff.
Well, this next game on our new games list is Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, which is out now for the Nintendo Switch for $40. This looks great. I've never played any of the series.
It really bothers me that it's called Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. Because the name of the franchise is No More Heroes.
Yes.
Wait,
yeah.
I can't effing remember.
I'm pretty sure it is No More Heroes.
Yeah.
For that. I will say that on the cover of the game, at least on GameStop's website, it does say very big that it does come with a season pass.
Yeah, it's No More Heroes. That's
good.
Weird. I don't like that they switched it around on us.
Who knows? So, this last game on our new games list is
Onimusha.
Onimusha. Thank you.
I thought you were the
Onimusha.
weeb lord of this podcast.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes my weebisms is getting rusty. I need to get back into that universe.
So-
Onimusha Warlords, which is out now for Switch, PS4, and Xbox One for $20.
This is a re-release of a game for like the PS2 era. It's like a zombie horror sword game. So if you're interested in that, check that out. That's it for the games that I found, though. If there's a game we missed, let us know. But we're just going to go ahead and squeeze right into the news of the week. First up, we got Steam changes from PC Gamer. This is a pretty long list. See how quick I can go through this. We got Steam or Store discoverability. It says they're working on a new recommendation engine powered by machine learning that can match players to games based on their individual tastes. Algorithms are only a part of the discoverability, though, so they are building more broadcasting and curating features and are constantly assessing the overall design of the store. Steam China, so I guess if you're in China, it says we've partnered with Perfect World to bring Steam to China. We'll reveal more details about this in the coming months. There's a Steam library update. Some long-awaited changes to the Steam client will ship, including a reworked Steam library built on top of the technology that they released with Steam Chat, which took long enough to come out on its own. We got a new event system, which apparently they're upgrading the event system in the Steam community, enabling you to highlight interesting activities in your game like tournaments, streams, or weekly challenges. I thought that said Steams for a second. I was like, what? Next up, they have Steam TV. It says we're working on expanding the Steam TV beyond just broadcasting specific tournaments and special events in order to support our games. I completely forgot about Steam TV.
You own
No,
one.
that's not what this is. Steam TV is
it's
like
not?
Twitch.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
they actually ever release that?
I think so. Like 20% sure they released it.
It's there's like, I don't know, the website doesn't look like it has much on it.
Yeah, okay, then I guess they decided to work on it in 2019, which is good.
Okay. They also have some stuff on Steam Chat. It says we're going to ship a new Steam Chat mobile app so you can share your favorite gifts with friends while on the go. Hopefully, hopefully it's better than Nintendo's, own app. We're back, baby. Yeah, they're not going to cut there. Sorry about that. I had to answer a phone call. Alright, so I went over the Steam Chat. Steam Trust. I don't know what that is. Is it like Game Trust? Let's see. It says the technology behind trusted matchmaking on CSGO is getting an upgrade and will be a full Steam feature that will be available to all games. This means you'll have more information that you can use to help determine how likely a player is to cheat or not. So that's good to know. Maybe smaller titles and stuff can use that, and they won't have to rely on their own limited information. They have the monster that is Valve, possibly behind their backs. Next and lastly, we have Steam PC Cafe program. It says they're going to officially ship a new PC Cafe program, whatever that is. It says so that players can have a good experience using Steam in hundreds of thousands of PC cafes worldwide. So if you are in an area that has those things, I am not. That's cool. I guess if you don't have good internet or a good PC, that's nice to have. Yeah. What about you, Jordan? What do you think about all this information?
I definitely like algorithms when it comes to video games telling me like what I'd like and what I don't like, because I try a lot of different games, so sometimes I feel like the games Steam offers me aren't really into my niche category of weird games I like playing every once in a while. Good for Steam China. It's great for them. I like what Steam's doing. I'm glad they're going to have a library update. I really do. That's one thing that I do with the events. I wish it was easier to see what's coming up, because I feel like sometimes it's like, well, you go to this Twitter page and this person links something to this website that's in this forum, and it's like, just when's the tournament? Like, how do I get in this tournament kind of a thing? So I think that's going to be great for the event system. Good for people that have Steam TV. I really like sending gifts to people. especially my friends. So Steam Chat's gonna be fun. Just another way to talk to your friends.
Yeah, when Allo runs out, maybe we can use Steam Chat.
Maybe. Hang on, I gotta answer the door.
What's that? What's that sound? What's that sound? Is that the dog? Your dog barking at somebody? Hello?
Whatever. Okay. Sorry, I had to get a package from the door. I'm not going to cut that out because I don't want to.
I said some horrible things. No,
that's okay. That's fine. It became the Ryan's podcast again.
It's always the Ryan's podcast. Podcast?
I know, baby.
I think I just made that balls because I called it a podcast.
But yes, maybe we could use Steam Chat when Allo goes away.
Dude, I forgot about PC cafes. I don't think they're really. Are they big in America at all? I feel like they're more of like a.
I don't think they're big.
Yeah, I feel
like
it's more of like maybe, an Asian, like Japanese, maybe.
I'd say maybe they're big. There might be one in New York, and there might
probably
be
something like
two
New York
in
and San
California.
Francisco and stuff.
Probably, yeah. So, I like Steam. I like sending gifts to people. It's fun. Steam Trust. That's always good because you don't want a cheater in your game.
Don't cheat.
No,
I've never understood. Like, there's no satisfaction, if you win by cheating.
No, there isn't. And that's really it. I love Steam. I really do. It's awesome. I really wish I could get into their digital card game Artifact. Maybe I could if I was actually in like a community of it with like my friends IRL. Like if I was sitting around constantly talking about the game with y'all and stuff. But I just can't get into it when I'm off of my lonesome playing Artifact. So
I mean, it is online, so I guess there's never. I mean, you're not gonna go around like a campfire with your laptops and stuff. Although I have seen people sitting around the card shop playing Shadowverse before.
Shadowverse, yeah.
So,
that's really it. This next.
I was gonna say maybe this will also push GOG and the other newer platforms to step up the game, just like they have pushed Steam, so capitalism is good and all that.
Yep. I love competition. It's good. It makes people better. But speaking of competition, comicbook.com wrote an article about Crossplay coming for Rocket League, which is pretty awesome. I like Crossplay. I think it's great for people to be able to play on everything. You don't have to be one of those people that's like, sorry, Timmy, I can't play with you on Xbox. I have a PS4.
I would never play with anybody on Xbox.
I mean, I do make jokes about people having Xboxes. I'm like, you don't have a real console. You don't game for real.
They get rare replay, which is nice. I like those games.
They do. Microsoft's doing a lot of stuff good. But the promised crossover platform future is getting closer with the news of Siphonic's Rocket League.
I gotta send you a list of games and publishers and developers and teach you how to pronounce them. Psionics.
Yes. Psionics Rocket League will now be cross-play on all platforms. That's right. On Xbox, PC, Switch, and even PlayStation can finally play it together, although cross the platform.
Sorry, I mistyped that. I meant to say, cross-platform party feature.
That's what I figured. Psionics says it will be available with the first update of 2019. So I think that's great. Rocket League's one of those games where I've longingly looked at it.
It's really fun.
I've thought about getting it over and over and over and over and over, and I just haven't. And I don't know why. I guess I'm debating on what to get it on.
I've heard people say the controller is the best way to play it, so probably just PS4.
Really? Huh, okay. Because I have been debating on getting it on PC. But
yeah, I figured I was thinking about picking it up again on PC because I was like, I'm sure mouse and keyboard is the best way to play, but everyone was like, no. Most people prefer it on a controller. So
that's what I was in the same boat as you, thinking it's probably best to play it with the mouse and keyboard because it's kind of like soccer.
I mean, I figured it would be easier to control with the directions with the or control your car with the mouse. But I could also see having to control the car with WSAD being kind of annoying.
Yeah.
So there's that. But good news for those of you who have friends who play Rocket League on different consoles, and this, presumably also this and Fortnite, two big massive games, probably gonna push the companies to further incorporate this into their games in the future. Although, like it says, if you have friends and you want to play together, it's gonna be a little while until you can do that. But if you just want to, group up with randoms on different consoles, you can do that now. Alright, next up we got some Death Stranding news. According to Gaming Bolt, it may be out this year. That's right. Troy Baker, who plays the mysterious masked figure in that weird trailer that came out recently, I don't know if y'all remember that or not, with the lion creature, tweeted out a side-by-side picture of this character and the character he played in Final Fantasy 13 with the caption 2009 to 2019. Although Final Fantasy 13 came out in 2010, we'll forget about that part. It is an interesting development nonetheless.
I saw that and I was like, I don't want to speculate on this, but someone else did it for me.
Speculate.
That's right. I think it would be awesome if this game came out in 2019, but
we still have no idea what this game is about. I kind of love it,
and I do too. I think it's, and also, like, if for some reason this is a social experiment and this game actually doesn't exist and it's never going to come out, I'm fine with it too, because, like, not knowing anything about this game still hyped it up to the point and built a community around it where people want to play this game and want to talk about the game, and they're doing research and game theories and deep dives into people's tweets and, what happens if I translate this tweet into a different language, sort of a thing,
I mean, if this game doesn't exist, there will be murders. Like, someone will die.
I
really don't want the end people to die.
Yeah, that's true. But yes, I think this game would be awesome if it came. It would make 2019 like definitely on the list of like best gaming year ever if this game came out this year.
Assuming it's as good as you want it to be.
Correct. Yeah. Like, although I don't have any expectations other than the fact of it looks cool.
Yeah.
So
it does look very cool, very interesting, and thanks to Troy, we got possibly another this tease that says it might come out this year. Who knows? So keep your ears and your eyes open. As the saying goes. Is that a saying? I don't know.
Yeah,
but
sure. Everything's
we have a little bit of Overwatch news here. The Lunar New Year event will be here starting January the 24th, going through February the 18th, and it's going to be called Year of the Pig. That's right. Get your teacups and your normal pigs. I don't know. I couldn't think of another pig. Because it's
Potbelly.
Potbelly, that's pig. Another one. Barbecue? No, that's a stretch.
I love piggies.
Yeah.
So, the only skin that's been released at this time of this recording is the Lubu Reaper skin, which, here's a secret fact about me. I really love Dynasty Warriors, and one of my favorite characters is Dynasty Warriors.
Nothing.
What? Nothing? Okay.
Bad games.
I definitely understand that they're bad games. But don't worry. I'm not saying Dynasty Warriors is great, but I like playing Lubu on Dynasty Warriors. So this Reaper skin looks pretty cool, and I hope to get it because I didn't get the stupid Junkrat Krampus skin I wanted, and I'm not mad about it at all.
Why not? So, you should be.
I mean, I definitely am mad about it.
This does look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It does look pretty cool. So this next list of news I wrote down, and I think Ryan wrote down some stuff too, maybe. It's from the Dragonball Showcase.
Get a big old list of news.
Big old list of news. So we're going to get right into it once I wet my whistle.
No, you taking a sip? Take a sip.
I did take a sip. Okay. So, the Dragon Ball Showcase happened. I don't remember when it happened. It happened sometime before this recording, obviously. But so here's all the stuff for your Xenoverse 2 players out there. You get photo mode, you get raid mode, you get Full Power Super Saiyan Brawly and Super Saiyan Gogeta. Hacks and cheats are unavoidable, but they will gather information to take care of it. So all those things are awesome. I really like photo modes in video games as a way to... they went in depth and talked about how they want people to make creations in photo mode. So there's different things you can do. Obviously, you can put stickers and different slaps, and you can make different expressions with your characters. So you can really make your own.
Wait, this is Dragonball Heroes.
Screenshot.
This isn't Xenoverse.
Well, no, this is Xenoverse.
Okay,
you get
I'm
to
just
take.
okay.
My bad. No, yeah, this is in Xenoverse. I haven't got to.
Okay, I guess some of the
Super
same things
Dragon
are
Ball.
in Heroes.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, you're for you Xenoverse players, you get a lot of cool stuff. They're gonna work on the cheating so that people. It's a fun experience for everybody.
People, I guess.
There's a lot of people that like it. I played the first one. I really like the idea of it, which is like a team up buddy MMO kind of light style game where you get to be Dragon Ball characters with your friends. That was kind of cool, but the matchmaking was horrendous, at least for me. But moving on to the trailer that they released. So this is something we talked about last One Up My News, which is Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission. Whoever's naming these games, make them shorter.
It's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. That's like a Kingdom Hearts title.
That's a mouthful. Exactly. So, you might be wondering, what's this game coming out for? Well, Switch and Steam. It's an arcade game in Japan that's been running for 8 years. Yes, it's been in Japan, in arcades, for 8 years, and we're just now getting it now.
That's crazy.
But, whatever. Is
this that card game looking thing?
It is. So, I'm going to get to that. There's going to be all new characters and a story for this game. You get to make your own characters and fight with DBZ characters. There's going to be a lane system, kind of like Gwent, but this has 4 lanes deep for cards and different stuff like that. It's going to be set in the Time Patroller universe. The thing that gets me is there's only 1,160 cards in this game. So that's not a lot of cards. And the way the person was talking is he was like, yeah, there's tons of cards. I'm like, almost not even 2,000 cards? That's not a lot of cards for a card game at all. And one thing that they were really super happy about is there's this is the biggest roster of characters ever. There's 350 characters in this game. I'm like, well, that's great, but there's only 1,000 cards. It's not a lot of options.
It might be like unlike other card games where like 90+% of the cards are garbage.
I think from one, the cards look pretty cool. So you might also be wondering, well, what's the game like? How can I play? Well, there's going to be online 1v1, so you can play with your friends. There is also multiplayer, which is great. There's local play. There's also a thing. They kind of just breezed through all this, didn't go really in depth with all the stuff for this. They did say there's going to be more information coming, obviously. There's going to be a creative mode where you get to make your own mission, post it online for others to try, where it's like, you have this objective, which is kind of cool. You kind of get to, the example they used is you can use your character, you can let your characters use different moves. So like, for instance, Android 18 uses a spirit bomb, which is kind of cool. You get to see your characters do some different moves they normally didn't do in the anime or just can't do at all, like Android 18 doing a spirit bomb, which is pretty cool to watch. There's going to be a story mode, and that's really it for Super Dragon Ball Heroes World Mission.
Any release date mentioned?
No, after all that rigmarole, they did not even give us a month. They didn't give us a year.
Okay,
nothing.
that's fine.
I would assume sometime in 2019 because they've had 8 years to work on this game in Japan, and apparently people love it. It's Japan. People love Dragon Ball, but I would assume it's coming out sometime this year. That's 100% my speculation.
Okay, yeah, I would kind of agree. While release the trailer, because it'd be different if it was some massive game that they had barely started working on or something. But it's a card game that has been made for years, so it'll make sense to come out this year. Finally, we do have some Dragon Ball FighterZ or FighterZ news. They announced the finals for this big tournament they're holding is going to be the end of this month. So check out their Twitch for that. It says here that the battle system is going to change a bit, but I guess the information hasn't come out about that. It says that will be out sometime after the finals. There's going to be some balancing so that comebacks can still happen. What does that mean?
Like, they use the example. So I will say this is one of the worst, like, I guess, informational showcases I've ever watched, because I don't know if there was a translator for, like, I don't know if the host understood Japanese or if there was a teleprompter off screen where he could understand what they were saying, but it was kind of just like he'd ask them very in-depth questions and they would reply with like one or two words, and he'd be like, but no, what about this? And they're like, we're not talking about that. He's like, but what about this? They're like, we can't talk about that, or we're not going to. And I'm like, it was just, I don't know, I guess for me personally, just the way the interview was done, just, I feel that some, like, they overshared about things that didn't matter and undershared about things that did matter. Like, you know, I would like more information about, I get you can't share about the battle system until the finals kind of a thing, but I guess just the way the host did the interview process could have been more, it could have been better on all parts.
Okay, and when exactly is the finals happening?
Sometime at the end of this month. I want to say the 29th, but that might not be right.
All right.
So again, they just said it'll be at the finals, and I'm like, well, when's the finals? Why don't you just tell me?
Right.
This?
Okay. So yeah, I'd just keep my eye. I mean, you could probably Google it. Finally, we do have a new fighter. Excuse me, I gotta come through.
While he clears his throat, I actually just remembered that I didn't. Okay, he's back. Well, he can tell you about this new fighter, and then I'll explain what I didn't actually ever tell him to begin with. When I went on that little soapbox.
Okay. Yeah. If you watch Dragon Ball Super, you'll recognize the guy, but it's Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. They tweeted out, actually. I don't think this was part of the showcase. They just kind of added it into this section. But
yeah, they just threw it in there.
Namco tweeted out, along with other things, the Warrior from Universe 11 is joining the fight. And then it was later confirmed that they were speaking about Jiren, who is a BAMF, so I'm excited about that.
Okay, so before I went on that rant soapbox about the host not doing a good job with this, even some of the people in Twitch chat were like, this is like an hour wasted, man. You didn't give us any information we didn't already know. Like, we already knew all this stuff. So anyway, you asked me, one of the things they talked about in the showcase was balancing, was so that comebacks still happen. Those are the people that were the Japanese words that were translated into English so that we could understand them. So they used the example of Sonic Fox in the finals, how he came back and won. And that's kind of what they alluded to and awaited to, or that's kind of what that was like their explanation.
They're just saying there's going to be balancing, but it's not going to affect comebacks. They're not going to, like, okay, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, they're just saying there's going to be balancing so that it will be, so that comebacks can happen. Like, so that it's not going to, like, from my understanding of it, the way and tone they were speaking is they're going to balance things so that it's not going to be, so that if you get caught in a combo sort of a thing, it's not going to be completely, like, one-sided, like, I'm going to lose.
Right.
So that you can, so there is a chance of someone coming back out of a combo or out of a situation that they got themselves in, so that, you know, there can be like a comeback, like a oh my gosh moment sort of a thing. But again, that's just me elaborating on the tone they were speaking and the way they were interacting with each other. They didn't actually say any of that. They just said balancing so that comebacks can happen. And I was like, well, can you elaborate on that? But, you know, they never really did. So that's just me expounding upon what they said. So that, I mean, that makes the most sense to me.
Okay, I got you. We do have one more bit of Dragon Ball Z news to wrap up. Coming from PC Gamer, Bandai has also announced a new action RPG set in the Dragon Ball universe. Although that's pretty much all they said. So I'm assuming it's probably a ways out, since that's all they said.
Yeah, I mean, Dragon Ball is definitely one of those things that I don't see.
I hate to interject, but it says right here, the World Tour Finals will be January the 26th through the 27th, and they may also announce more information about this RPG.
There you go. Well, we'll definitely let you all know about that. And all I was going to say is Dragon Ball's not going to go anywhere anytime soon, and it's
I feel like
awesome to see them
gotten
developing.
very popular again over the last few years.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're doing a wonderful job. They're doing everything everybody loves, pretty much. I mean, especially I played some DBZ FighterZ the other day, and I was just like, man, this game's incredible. Like, they did a really wonderful job on it, and so it's great to see them working on new projects. Speaking of new things, Salt and Sanctuary is coming to the Xbox. This is coming from Eurogamer. The critically acclaimed Souls-like side-scroller is coming to Xbox near you on February 6th. So, after y'all have beaten Kingdom Hearts 3 and beat it again, you're probably not going to want to play it a third time, in the same month. So, you can play some Salt and Sanctuary on February 6th because, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming to Xbox. Congratulations. So, if you want to pick it up, if you want to play it now, Salt and Sanctuary, not Kingdom Hearts 3. So, if you want to play Salt and Sanctuary now, you definitely can. You can pick it up on Vita. You can pick it up on PS4, PC, and Switch-a-rooney. So, that's pretty great. I like the art style of it. It looks like it'd be really fun to play.
It looks really cool. I wanted to play it for years. I kind of forgot about it. I think it came out in 2016 originally.
Mm-hmm.
It says here it's going to cost $18. So, it's a cheap game. It's worth it.
It is.
Yeah. So, if you want to have a Souls-like, maybe to tide you over until Sekiro comes out, I definitely recommend this one.
Just a note before we move on, this game, it's digital. There's not going to be a physical release.
There's not, yeah.
Just so y'all don't go out to your local GameStop or Walmart and be like, where's this game? Because I've done that before, and they're like, sir, we don't have that game. And I'm like, I know you do. And they're like, sir, we don't have that. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Going from an indie darling to a triple A monster, we have Anthem news. The game will have matchmaking for every activity in the game. According to GameSpot, that is what's going to be happening. The game is getting closer and closer to release. And if you want to play but have no one to play it with, according to the lead producer, Ben Irving, there will be matchmaking for every activity. He also said the matchmaking will be on by default, but you can opt out. Although, I put in a capital L there. Sorry, I'm just critiquing my writing here. Although he says they think it's more fun in a group. So, if you got Anthem on the brain, but no one else does that you hang out with, apparently you can matchmake up with somebody.
I don't want to play with no random bubble guts. I don't need them to have fun. That's right. So, I'm still not interested in this game.
Me either.
Man,
I just don't care. I'm interested to see how it does and how it reviews.
Yes. But I know somebody, they're like, oh my gosh, man, like, this first quarter is going to be awesome. And they listed off these games. I'm like, excuse me, why isn't Kingdom Hearts 3 on your list? They're like, oh yeah, I don't play that game. And I'm like, yeah, I'm never talking to you again. They're like, what? I'm like, listen, man, you just said Anthem is going to be better than Kingdom Hearts 3? That's a bold-faced lie. I'm like, Anthem is probably going to be mediocre at best. So, but, for those of you that don't have a lot of friends, you can make new ones with this matchmaking for every activity. So, isn't that great? That's awesome.
So, I don't want to make this a full-fledged article, but apparently they claim that, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the game. Anthem has been in development since before Destiny released. I don't know if that's true or not. It's coming from one of the guys that made Anthem. But yeah, that's just kind of a funny thing that kind of came out over the last week.
Well, moving on to some news that, is to be expected. We are waiting for this to happen. IGN finally told us about it. EA Vancouver, the Star Wars game. So, EA comments on reports that an open-world Star Wars game has been canceled. EA said to IGN, quote, "The great work by our team in Vancouver continues and will evolve into future Star Wars games and content, end quote. They also said, there's been speculation overnight about one of our Star Wars projects as a natural part of the creative process, the great work by our team of Vancouver. That's what I just read. We're fully committed to making more Star Wars games. We're very excited about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn. We'll share more about our new projects when time is right. So good for them. EA didn't concretely confirm or deny Project Orca's cancellation, but the statement seems to imply the work done so far will possibly focused. I don't know why that was weird for me in my brain. It will be focused on new projects if indeed Orca has been canceled. So I feel like EA just tries to confuse us with what they say to the press sometimes, and I'm just like, EA, just yes or no, man. Just give me a yes or no answer.
Yeah, Kotaku also reported about the game's cancellation. According to them, the Star Wars game was the one announced following Visceral Games' closure in 2017, which came alongside the cancellation of Amy Hennig's game in production at the studio. Development resources at the time shifted from Visceral's title, reportedly codenamed Ragtag, to this new, now reportedly canceled title. So I don't know. I don't know what EA is doing with the Star Wars license. This kind of seems like it might be canceled.
They're just sitting on it. I mean, we covered this in our canceled video games One Up Me episode, which you can go check out at a podcatcher near you, which is a pretty cool episode. But I feel like EA is just like swinging around blindly, trying to, hit something that sticks. Yeah. Like, okay, one of these pinatas is going to have money in it. I know. If we'll keep making them think we're making Star Wars games, they'll keep buying our games. So, but we're actually not going to make them at all, guys, just so you know. We're not making those anymore. So, it's just EA, man. I'm always confused by EA. Anytime EA says anything, I'm like, okay, this is going to confuse me because they never give a straight answer.
Yeah. So, I don't know about that. Dang. Okay, cut the last part out. That's something I was going to say, but I flubbed it. I can't think of it. You know why, yeah. All right. And 3, 2, 1. But onto more concrete news about a game shutting down. According to PC Gamer, that Westworld mobile game that basically straight up copied Fallout Shelter is now shutting down. The developer said, quote, "We hope you have enjoyed playing Westworld. We are sorry to tell you that the park is entering a new phase and will no longer be taking applications for new employees. The game will be removed from the App Store and Google Play on January the 15th and officially closed on April the 16th, 2019. As of today, you will no longer be able to make in-game purchases. If you have any in-game currency, remember to use it before the game goes offline." Jeez. And on April... Jeez, I can't speak. 16th, 2019, end quote. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. Jeez.
Well, that's okay, because they butchered this game when they straight blatantly copied it. I was going to go download it just to see how terrible it was.
Oh, yeah, it's offline. It's not on the App Store anymore.
Nope, it's not, because today is the 19th, and I can not go back in time yet, but I will.
And this is what you're going to do. You're going to go download Westworld.
I mean, it might be like number 8 on the list of things I'd do if I could time travel. So, man, I'm surprised they didn't take care of all this business last year, but sometimes legal stuff takes a while to dish out. So, but this was definitely a blatant copy, 100%. We're just gonna, you can copy my homework, but don't make it look the same, sort of thing. But I mean, it sucks for people that like Westworld. I mean, I still haven't seen the newest season or whatever it is, but I've heard it's good. So, sucks for them. But, Bethesda, good for them, sort of, kind of, maybe.
We have some news from Game Freak, but it may not be what you expect. Another game that they worked on that is not Pokemon is coming to other consoles. The famous developer Game Freak came out with one of their few non-Pokemon games in 2017 for Steam, and now it will release on all 3 of the major consoles later this year. Limited run games will also distribute physical copies for the Switch and PS4. In the game, players take the role of Rika, a young girl who is given a power known as Archie, which allows her to control debris. Players will need to use this ability in order to navigate the world and solve environmental puzzles, manipulating rubble into different shapes to create makeshift platforms, weapons, and other objects. This game is very anime.
Yes, I want to play it. Ryan said he'd rather play any. There's 100 other games.
There's a bunch of games that I haven't played that I'd like to play.
I mean, obviously, this is definitely... It looks cool. It's one of those games where it's like, I'd probably play it in between, like, games that I really want to play. So I might pick it up, maybe not. I think it's cool. This last article is coming from GameSpot. I don't have anything else to say about Giga Record.
No, there's not much to say.
So this last article comes from GameSpot. It's talking about God of War had a lot of bosses cut. So Corey Barlog told NoClip that, quote, a lot of boss fights ended up getting cut, in part because it was too much work. Now, when I read that, I was like, come on, Corey, y'all are an awesome team. You can do this. Well, he went on to explain that a single boss battle took 18 months of work from a team of 30 developers. And I was like, holy crap, that's so much time and so many people to do one boss fight. And I was like, I'd totally want to watch like a behind-the-scenes documentary on like what went on to making one of the boss fights in God of War, because that'd be awesome. Like, obviously 18 months is a long time to do a documentary, but, time lapse it, it'd be like a good 30, 45-minute video. I'd watch that. So, they said the number of boss fights had to be scaled back to make sure the game actually came out this decade. Boom. I was like, wow, okay. So we might not have seen God of War this decade if they would have kept in all the boss fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming a lot of these that they had in mind are going to go in the sequels.
I would hope so. He said it was a much more ambitious, crazy game. As you go through development, you start realizing, no, it's too big. We can't do this. And it's like, well, at least they decided, at least they figured that out. I'm sure when they got into, it took them 18 months, they're like, okay, boss number one's down. And you're like, Mr. Corey, we have like 12 more bosses we need to put in the game. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. They get 4.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. So
I mean, I kind of realized when I got done with the game that there really weren't very many bosses.
No, they even said they also talked about a really fun expansion for God of War. However, it was too ambitious, and Sony finally said, no, we're not doing
Yeah,
this.
I heard about that.
We don't have, which it's kind of suckish, but I get it. Let them put their time and energy into God of War 2, which will hopefully have 5 to 6 bosses. That's a pretty good number. So that'd be fun.
5 or 6 solid bosses.
Yeah, because God of War only had, I think, 4.
Really?
If that.
It had that few?
I mean, I don't know. I don't count mini bosses like the ogres and
those
stuff
aren't
you
bosses
fought, so I don't really count. So, I'd say like 1, 2, 3. I can't remember how many, but hopefully.
I mean, you fight the same guy
like
in 2 or 3 of the boss fights. The same are the same person.
Okay, so 1, and then you fight. Is that? Okay, and then you fight those other 2 dudes, which is just one
the
fight.
2 gods.
Yeah, so it's. No way that game only has 2 bosses.
Not very many.
Huh. Okay. Well, hopefully God of War 2 will have.
When I saw that snake, I was like, am I going to
more.
fight this snake?
Oh, dude. I was totally down to fight that snake. And then I was like, oh, that's
chill.
the world serpent? Yeah, I'm not effing with that, dude.
Yeah.
Not doing it. So. But that's really it for all the news. You got anything else you want to say about God of War? I think the second one should come out in 2020. I think that'd be reasonable.
Maybe.
I think it'd be reasonable.
2020. I'm sure it'll be. It's a PS5 game. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, I think it'd be cool for them to do a good-looking PS5 bundle for the God of War 2. because the PS4 one was kind of,
Yeah, it didn't look very
kinda
good, but I don't think they really were
No, it
concentrating on that.
Probably not. But moving right on into these deals. The only deals we got for you this week is Nintendo Select, which I feel like I knew about, but I forgot about sort of thing. So they added 3 Nintendo 3DS games, which are all separately $19.99, because when I first read this, I was like, all these games for $19.99? I'll totally dust off my 3DS. But no, there's each individual game is $19.99 US. So, enough of this rambling. Let me just tell you what games they are. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask 3D. Star Fox 64 3D. I know, it's not that
Whoa,
good.
wow.
Super Mario Maker.
You don't like Star Fox?
I like I got Battle for Atlas Star Fox Edition doodad and tillywhackers. Yeah, I like Star Fox.
You just said it's not that good.
I mean, I like the original
same
Star
game.
Fox, but
Wait, you mean
I know.
for the NES?
Yes.
Are you lying to me?
Yes.
I mean, the last good Star Fox. I don't know. I liked the 3D, the one for the 3DS, and the one for GameCube was okay. I remember. I don't know. It feels like they can't really get Star Fox right.
No, just like they can't get Godzilla right. I want them to make a good
There's been
Godzilla
good
game so
Godzilla
bad.
games.
Well, there was the good one where you could fight Mechagodzilla versus like Mothra and the other ones for PS2.
Yeah,
I really
Destroy All
liked that
Monsters.
one. I want them to just
That's a good game.
Yeah, I want them
That's
to
a great
remaster
game.
that one. That'd be awesome. But if you have a 3DS or you know someone that you like,
Also,
or
Super
love,
Mario Maker.
or that
Don't
you
forget
want,
the last one.
thank you. Yeah, thank you, Super Mario Maker. But if you know somebody in your life that you want to get this game for, it's $20. And instead of buying Big Macs every day, you could just spend that money on these games for those people that you like. So that'd be a good gift, good Valentine's
Or Big
gift
Mac,
for people. Or
they
Big
like
Mac.
Big Macs.
Those are pretty. Or you could just buy them a Big Mac. I've heard those are pretty tasty. So that's really it. You got any other
No.
tidbits or okay? Well, let's do this outro then. So, our intro and outro song is "Back to the Business" by the Heatley Brothers. We also do a topical show which we talked about at the top of the show called "One Up Me." It releases on Wednesday. You're more than welcome to listen to it wherever you're listening to this at. It's One Up Me is on iTunes and Spotify and everywhere else you listen to podcasts. If it's not on there, let us know, and we'll figure out a way to get it on there. Except SoundCloud. If you listen to podcasts on SoundCloud, just email me, and I'll tell you very descriptively how to have a much better podcast enjoying experience. For all the latest One Up Me news, you can follow the podcast on Twitter, One Up Me Podcast, and you can follow our Twitters, @Swaylock for me, @RyanDivisions for Ryan. I feel like I'm doing a really weird voice right now.
I feel like I've
but
been
I'm
doing
not.
a really
It just has
bad impersonation of myself this entire podcast.
I just have a really weird vibe, like in my speaking tones right now. But, we also have an Instagram. You're more than welcome to follow us on there. One Up Me Gaming. We have an email, oneupmepodcast@gmail.com. Email anything that's safe for work there. I feel like I have to say that because the one time that I don't say safe for work, someone's going to email us something that's not safe for work. But you can email us questions, comments, concerns, topics, anything that's, that you'd email your mom. So you can listen to our show early and get a Patreon exclusive podcast by becoming our patron on patreon.com/oneupme. We'd love to have your support towards this adventure we're going on. But as always, the podcast isn't going to always be free, except the Patreon exclusive podcast. That's you got to pay for that. You got to become a patron to, listen to that. So we'd really love your support on Patreon. We'd greatly appreciate it. And, like you said, we get early access to our podcast as a slew of other rewards that are going to be on One Up Me. It's going to be on patreon.com/OneUpMe. Yes.
What's the damn it? What's the name? What's the name of the Patreon? You're spending too much time on Patreon.
If you shop on Amazon, get an Amazon affiliate link. It's going to be in the show notes.
Don't forget Patreon.
Use that if you want. I've already said that too much. I feel weird about it.
We need to
keep
leave this in our
going.
notes, but leave a review on iTunes or something.
Yes. Leave a review on iTunes. So sometimes people get confused when we say subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribing's free. Like, subscribing is free on YouTube. It's free on Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, or Pocket Catchers, whatever you use. You can hit subscribe, so you just get notified when we release a new episode. That's all it is. Some people were like, I was talking to somebody, they're like, subscribe. I'm not subscribing. I don't have any money. I'm like, whoa, it's free. It just sends you a nice little notification to let you know when a new episode's out. For everything One Up Me, check our beautiful website, oneupmegaming.com. And like Ryan said, we'd really appreciate it if you leave us a review on iTunes. That'd be beautiful and amazing. But the best thing you can do to help us out on this adventure is tell your friends, tell everybody, share it on social media if you like it. And we really appreciate y'all. And as always, play on.